Hey, it's Central Valley Business. I'm your host, Steve Walling. My guest for this segment is Nick, the wise guy, Ruiz. We're going to talk about wrestling. Nick, you wrestle as the wise guy.
Yes, sir.
Been doing it for a couple of weeks now. What'd you say, 14 years?
14 long years, my friend. Yeah.
You like doing it?
Absolutely. It's always been a dream of mine since I was about 2 years old. So
Cool. Before we talk about Best of the West Wrestling, tell me a little, because I am totally clueless about what's going on in the world with wrestling. I mean, everybody knows we got the big shows, but the big shows are they're not the sport. They're just the, kind of the shows. It's got to build before that. You got to have a base. You got to have, training, and those that you train, they've got to be able to have, competition and stuff like that. What's going on in the world of wrestling these days?
So as far as being a professional wrestler, it's just like any career.
Yeah.
You have to go to school for it. You got to learn to fall. You got to learn to talk. You got to learn to represent yourself, be professional. There's a lot of different aspects when it comes to being a professional wrestler. There is a school here in Fresno.
Is there?
Yes,
is that the Best of the West Wrestling?
Yes, it is Best of the West Wrestling. It's ran by a gentleman by the name of Mike Weber, who goes by Mike Rain. He actually trained me 14 years ago.
Did he?
So he has quite a bit of experience under his belt.
With you, for sure, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, that's great. And they're going to have a show there here on this coming weekend, the 16th.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you go to their web page, Best of the West Wrestling.
Yes.
And you can get all the information there, and possibly tickets even.
Absolutely.
I would imagine. And so, how long have they've been at that location for? How long now?
A little over a year now.
Okay.
A little over a year, yeah. They have a training facility set up with the ring, and then it's set up like a little television studio. It's pretty unique.
So that's awesome. So
Yeah.
you're not only teaching wrestling, but they're teaching wrestling as a performance art.
Absolutely.
Also.
How to properly sell your face, hard cameras, where cameras are at, how to fall and how to talk, which is defined as a promo.
Okay, so the big question is, people talk, well, it's all phony. We know it's phony. But tell that to you on a night that you've had a couple of hard knocks. I know it's not phony, but it is showmanship also, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's I like to classify it as sports entertainment.
Yeah.
We are entertainers, but we are athletes as well.
Right.
So
and when you go out and you compete, it really is the winner is the winner.
Absolutely.
That's not choreographed. You guys take the hits, do the falls,
Yes.
and attempt to survive.
And let me tell you, let me enlighten you a little bit about the ring. The ring is not exactly how people want to classify it as a mattress or a trampoline. Yeah. It's about, I'd say, quarter-inch, maybe even less than that, of foam, rest is plywood and metal beams.
Ooh, got to be tough to fall on.
Absolutely. It's equivalent to getting rear-ended by a car going 20 miles an hour.
And you've been doing this for 14
Yes,
years.
Sir.
You still got a smile on your face.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah?
I love it.
How did you get the wise guy name?
I'm half Sicilian.
Are you?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, gee, I'm glad to have you here.
Hey,
No, that's, And this weekend, though, you've come in to promo what's going on at Best of the West, but this weekend you're going to be wrestling, you said, in San Francisco?
Yes, sir. I'll be wrestling for Pro Wrestling Revolution.
Now, tell me a little bit about that.
I'm actually involved in a junior heavyweight title match and a ladder match.
Are you?
Yes. So that show's pretty stacked as well. It's ran by a gentleman named Gabe Ramirez, who runs it's more a lucha libre aspect, but American style as well, and those shows are pretty hot and heavy, just like Best of the West.
How big is that industry throughout the United States?
It's pretty big. I mean, you got World Wrestling Entertainment, which is the top dog. You got All Elite Wrestling, which is AEW. You got New Japan. You got All Japan. You have Ring of Honor. You have Impact, which is TNA.
If I'm picking up my job, it's because I had no idea.
Yeah.
I just thought, well, we turn it on and there's the guys and that's it, right?
Yeah, it's been hot in pop culture for quite some time.
My day, it was Hulk Hogan. We're not going to go there.
Oh, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. That's why I'm here.
Is it really?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, good deal. Nick, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Tell the folks at Best of the West Wrestling that, like to have them come back and we'll talk a little bit more about the school itself and what they offer to, and the different levels of students that can come in or that do come into the school and stuff.
Absolutely.
That'd be good. And of course,
any listeners that are watching right now, you can check out Best of the West. They have their own website. They have a Facebook page. They have an Instagram page where you can get all the information, like show dates and show times and how to get your tickets. I believe you can get your tickets through Eventbrite, but it's going to be a heck of a show. They're going to have Chris Masters, which is formerly known as the Masterpiece in WWE, so he will be at the show this Saturday night.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
So you think I can get into it at my age?
Hey, anytime, you know.
Nick, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, sir.
I want you to come back also. We'll talk more about your career.
Let's do it.
All right?
Absolutely.
Best of the West this weekend here, and check it out on Facebook. Incredible folks. And I'll see you when we come back.